Good morning, my good friends. You're still my good friend. Bruno, you're still my good friend? Yes. Today is the sixth day of your practice, and you left only tomorrow. And tomorrow I can be with you only a half day. But at midday I have to go back. I have that the day that I have to shave my head. Shave. After 15 days we have shaved once. So twice a month we have to shave. If you make it longer, it's very hard to shave. You have to shave by yourself. So the monk have to do everything by ourselves. Because sometimes you have to stay in the jungle alone. You see. So this is my mobile house that I can move everywhere in the world. So that's the monk life going like that. If you have food to eat, you eat. If you have food to choose, you choose. If you don't have to choose, you take. If you don't have to eat, no eat. You see, that's the monk life going like that. So we don't care about eating, we don't care about sleeping. That's only the instinct of the living beings. If you care about eating, you care about sleeping, that means you're still stuck with the instinct. The monk free from that. If you want to be a monk, you have to be ready. Ready for what? No sleeping, no eating. See that? Or even you alive or not alive, it doesn't matter. That means you're free from instinct all. Today you can see the example of this morning. When you got sick, that means your body sick. When your body is sick, if you don't train your mind, and then your mind will get sick also. So both will go together. So if you can control your mind, that means you can control what? If you can control your mind, that means you can control your thoughts or your thinking. If you can control your thinking, that means you can control your behavior. Because your behavior comes from your thinking. You know that? If you can control your mind, you can control your thoughts. If you can control your thoughts, that means you can control your behavior. Which right, which wrong. You will not do by your emotion or your mood. You do the right thing. Yes?
What about the subconsciousness, which is actually controlling the body for 95%?
No.
This is what studies...
No.
Yes.
Subconscious, that your habits, that you build the habits. If that habits come from ignorance, that the thing will run your life. You know, they compare the subconscious like you put the iceberg in the water. Under the water, that's very, very deep. You can see only little on the water.
Yeah, that's a subconscious.
Yes. Subconscious under the water. So when you train your mind, that means your subconscious will come up. You will see all. You see yourself. But if you don't train your mind, you don't know this thing will come to disturb your behavior because you cannot control it. You know, we have 3 kinds of conscious. Conscious, subconscious, overconscious. Do you know that? Conscious, that means in normal. And subconscious, below. And overconscious, that means you can control your mind. Overconscious. So you're free from emotion, from mood, from your own habits. You don't run your life by your own habits. You run your life by your right wisdom at the right in front of you. See, you have to practice on mindfulness to use at the present time. Here and now that you are doing. You don't forget, this is the most important things. So you train your mind to use the present behavior right now. You will be good, bad, or you stay above good or bad now. You observe yourself. Where are you now? You stay with positive, negative, or you stay above positive, negative. You can see it now. You cannot see in the past. In the past, only memory. You can remember, but you cannot see it now. That the real thing you can change, you can adapt, you can adjust at the present. In the present, you cannot. In the past, you cannot do anything. Just only memory, like you record already. In the future, you can plan, but you cannot do anything with the future. Only here and now. So you have to know. To know what? To know our awareness or mindfulness at the present. Have we on the present? We have problem because we don't have mindfulness. If you have mindfulness, that means you have aware with the present time. And you know your feeling, you know your thinking, you see, you know yourself. If you know this, you are free from feeling, that means you are above positive and negative. And then the feeling cannot control you. Normally the feeling control, you see that? When you got sick and then you have the feeling from sickness and then they control you to talk, to do some other thing. But sometimes that's not the right thing. So, mind, very important. You have to know your own mind. You have to control your mind. That's I told the technique how to control your mind, about 5 techniques, and then I will say about how to talk to your mind. So the mind training, when you train your mind, you use both sides, positive way and negative way. You force it or you talk softly. You say some good words to persuade your mind to go to the right track. See that? You talk to yourself. Don't think about the past. You stay here. You talk to yourself. Oh, I think all of my life is very tired. That's enough. It's useless to talk. Even you talk, sometimes your mind don't obey you. Your mind is still going. You see that? That means you don't have the power to control your mind. Your mind still go away from your controlling. That's the problem. Sometimes if you think and make you unhappy. You know it. When you think about this and make you unhappy, and you don't want that thing happen to you, but you cannot control your mind still go there. You know that. I think all this when you think about this thing and make you unhappy, but you cannot control it. That's the nature of mind. If you don't train it, the mind will go to the thing that the mind like it. If you like it, you will go. Like you like your son, your mind will think about your son. Even you think when you think about your son, make you sad. You see, that create problem, but you cannot stop. So you have to do both. You give the flowers to your mind, or you give the brick, the flower or the brick. You know that? That's the idiom that they use. The brick, brick? That you throw the brick to someone. When you listen to his talk, you want to throw the brick to that person, or you want to give the flowers? You know the meaning? Right? To give the flowers, that means you please, you like it. You want to do in the positive way. If you use the brick, brick, B-R-I-C-K, brick. If you use the brick, that means you throw the brick to that person. You don't want to listen to that person anymore. See that? That means you use the negative way to force your mind. Like I told you, if you cannot control, you just take the breathing in as long as possible that you can keep, and then you tell yourself, if you still think some other things, I will not take the breath anymore. Yeah, that's one thing. You know, when you feel very sleepy, you just straight up and you take the breathing in, and okay, you stop breathing for about a moment, and then your sleepy will go away. You try. Okay? And if cannot stop, you can do it more. Like the story of a monk. One monk, he take a note, and we can read from his note that he pilgrim, he traveled in the jungle with this mobile home like this. And he put this mobile home in the jungle in the morning, and he came out of the forest, you see, to get the food from the villagers that we call alms around. You know, alms around, ARMSAROUND, alms around. That means the monk will get the food from the people. We call alms around. That's the word. You know, alms around, ARMSROUND. That's the word. Do you understand this word, Max?
Arms round?
Yeah, arms around. You know this word?
I never. It's like a combination of two words. Arms and round. Arms round.
That's the word that they use. Did you hear this word before? And just food offering from the villagers. Okay. And then the monk came to the village to get the food. And the head of the villagers, he is what? What you call that, his wife died. Not widower, right? For the man. You call widower or widow for lady? Huh? When the man, his wife died, he stay alone. Widower, right? Widower is for the man. But for the lady, you call widow only. Okay? Nico, am right? Okay. Widower. And this man he is a widower. But he has young daughter. Only one daughter. So he lived with his daughter. And he really loved his daughter because he had only one daughter that they live together, like father and the daughter. That morning, his daughter came out to offering the food to the monk. You know that? And the monk normally, have you going down with me? Not yet. You went down with me one time, right? Did you see when the monk get the food from the villagers? The monk have to be controlled. You have to go in like this. You have to look in the bowl. You don't going up like this. You don't watch their face. You don't watch their eyes, you see. That's the way the monk do. Going like this. And especially the monk who travel in the jungle. He is really, really strict with that. But on that morning, we don't know that thing happened. The monk going like this, when the daughter of the widower came to offering the food, the monk turned his face up like this, and the ladies watched his face of the monk, and the eyes have contact. They fall in love. You see? Like we call in Thailand, ping, like have contact like this. Sparkle, you know, sparkle? And then the ladies cannot hold the bowl, the rice bowl. The rice bowl fall down because her hand shaking like this. And the monk, almost the bowl fall down also, but he practiced, many years, so he can control the bowl. And then the monk go back to the forest. What happened to the ladies? The lady go to his father and cry and request his father, go to request the monk to come out to get married. You see, that thing happened. This is the record. And then, when the monk go back to the jungle, he stay in the mobile house like this, and he just sit and think. And he has two-minded. You know two-minded? Two-minded. This one, he said, I don't want to go out. This one, oh, I would like to get married. You see, there's two-minded fighting. But the lady is only one mind. The daughter of the widower, only one mind. She wants to get married. So she cried. And the widower, that's the head of the villagers, but he loved his daughter. So he go to the monk and request the monk to come out to get married. And he said, you don't worry about your living, because I have plenty of properties. I have only one daughter. You know that? He's a rich man in the village. You can live happily all of your life. He requests the monk to come out. So the monk listened to the head of the villagers, and he's two-minded thing inside. What is he think? You know that? One mind said, oh, it's very good. If I go out and can get married, I will be very happy all of my life. And the other mind said, oh, you don't go out. If you go out, you will create more suffering of life. Because the couple, not so easy to run life. Because he had been practiced on the way of holy life for a long time. And he knows. That's very easy and simple, you see that? But when you have family life, you have very complicated life. You have to do many things. So that's his mind, two-minded fighting, and finally he make decision and talk to the head of the villagers. You go back, I will not go out. So the head of the villagers, he cannot do anything with him. And he said, okay, if you are ready, we are open for you. You can come anytime. So the head of the villagers came back to the house. What happened to the monk? He had to fight with himself. Again, when the head of the villager, he opened the door for him. And he said, oh, what shall I do? You see that? And normally, very easy to go down to serve what? To serve your instinct. You know that? That's the instinct for what? For reproduction. Why Freud say that all activities come from sex drive? You know that? That's very easy. So he fight with himself. How? He said, if I still want to go out, today I will not take food. He go to the village to get the food from the villagers, and then he give the food to all animals in the forest. And he drink only water. At the end of the day, he asked himself, do you want to go out? What is the answer? Bruno, can you guess? What is the answer after one day, no food? He said, I want to go out one day. That's not enough. So the second day, he asked this question again. Second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day. He still want to go out. You see, very strong about instinct that nature put in you. 7 days, but the last of the week, that's 7 days, his voice very weak. I want to go out. Still want to go out, but no more energy. Finally, his mind, the other mind, make decision. If you want to go out today, I will stop drinking water. You see, there's more fighting with the other mind. So, the 8 days, he stopped drinking water, very dry. But at the end of the day, what is the answer? He still want to go out. You know that? Not so easy. So, on the day 9, he stopped drinking water. He said to himself, I will not go out anymore. No more energy. And then he made decision to come back to take the food after that. He spent 9 days. 7 days, no food. And 2 days, no water. And then he won himself. So I would like to tell you, true victory is conquer oneself. Did you hear about this proverb? This quote? Did you heard about that? True victory. You know victory? If you don't know victory, you know Victoria. Victoria, that's what? The Queen from England. That's conquer all over the world. You know that? Queen Victoria. You can see the big monument in England, you know that? Queen Victoria. And I went to St. Petersburg. I saw the Queen Emperor in St. Petersburg. Very big statue. And they told the story, I don't know the truth or not. I don't see from the history directly. But the guy told me this Queen, Emperor Queen in St. Petersburg, really powerful. You know that she controlled about 7 men to serve her. You know this because she is the one who conquered herself, and then she can conquer everyone. So true victory is conquer oneself. And so why you train your mind here? You want to won yourself. Won yourself. That means you can control your mind. If you cannot control your mind, you cannot get anything from these retreats. So this retreat is 2 steps. Number 1, control your mind, and then you can use your mind. You can command your mind what you are going to do. 2 steps. First step, you have to calm it and control it. And then the second one, you use it, you command it, you manage it. You see, you have more power than that. Why? I told you, you have to control your thinking with your breathing. That means you control it with your breathing. You have to call it, you don't go anywhere, come here. Like you use the rope, to take the bull, the wild bull from the jungle. Just come here. So at the beginning what happened? The wild bull will fight with you. So you have to use many techniques to control. Otherwise the bull will go away. Or the bull will hit you. Yeah, you see that? There's some of you very serious to control. And then the bull hit you. That means you have problem when you make meditation. How? That means your mind fighting with you. The thing happens, some people, they cannot breathe. When you do meditation, you stop breathing. You see, that's the way of the mind. That some of you told me this yesterday, that your mind, it's some problem after you do meditation. You thought that you are going to die. You see? That's the way of mind fighting you. So, you have to use many techniques, both positive and negative. When you use negative, very serious, and then your mind fighting, you have to come back to positive again, just to compromise until you can go, until your mind stay with you, and that the wild bull stay with you. That means your mind will not go anywhere, will stay with you here and now. You see that? In front of you. Here. You know now? Where are you now? Where is your mind? Stay here? You are staying with me now. You don't think to other things. If you listen to me and you are here now, that means you are here. But someone listen to me, but you think some other story. That means your mind going away. And the dangerous again. Even your mind going away, you still don't know that your mind going away. If your mind going away and you know, that's the step that you know. And then you have to find a way how to bring it back. If it's going away but you don't know that your mind is going away, how to call it back? Because even you don't know. That means you don't have mindfulness, you don't have awareness. Why you get angry? Why you get angry? When you get angry, whose fault? Your fault or the environment? When you get angry, why you get angry? You don't know? You never get angry? You get angry means that thing not satisfy your needs or your wants. That you got angry. If the thing can satisfy your needs, no anger. The anger cannot appear in you. Again. And when you get angry, you know that's bite you, burn you, you have problem. See that? Why? Because you don't have mindfulness at that time. If you ask yourself in normal, do you want to get angry? Who want to get angry? No one. Because you know from experience, when you get angry, you know that you are burning yourself. You are not happy. That you have suffering at that time. Who don't know when you get angry that you don't have suffering? You know, Bruno, when you got angry, that you have suffering. You know. Yes, you have learned from that. But you still get angry again. Because you lack of mindfulness. You lack of mindfulness. So while you try to work out here, you have to know every step. Even when you chew the food. Why? That's the most important for your life. When you take the food, you know it. Take the food up, you know it. You don't do as you do from your own habits. You take the food up to your mouth, you don't open. But some one of us don't follow my advice. You still do as you do. You know that? You open your mouth before you take the food to the mouth. You see that? If I take pictures, that's not very beautiful picture. You know that? But if you take this up to your mouth, that's very beautiful picture. When reach the mouth, and then you open your mouth, and you just not open wide, you open as you're suitable for the food. And I told you, don't make the very big spoon, because you have to open wide, and it's not very beautiful picture. And again, if you make very big spoon, when your food in the mouth, not so easy to chew. You know that? Because when the food in the mouth, it needs your tongue to move, move back, left and right. You can learn from eating. Because you cannot go away from these activities. Every day you have to eat. You see that? You can learn your mind from eating. And if you can control the food in your mouth, that means you can control the world. You see, only very little things, but very important. Why I try to emphasize, why I try to watch you in the morning. And now I don't have food, not yet. But I would like to see you. I would like to be your good friend. I would like to tell you what happened. You see that? My good friend, I love you. You don't love me, Bruno? If you act like this in America, maybe I think that I am a lesbian or I am a homosexual. Right? Francis? Yeah, the people in America, if boy and boy hold their hands together, that's homosexual. that's not normal, right, Mark? But here, I don't mean that. Love just means love without condition. We love all living beings, love all friends. Yes?
Can I ask a question about this?
When you ask questions, you have to think first. You don't ask like yesterday. You ask just ask. You don't think about.
I think.
No, that's the way that you
I had a lot of thinking.
you just what? Think a lot, but never criticize from that. You raise questions from the book, not from the practice. You know, if you raise questions from the practice, that's really interesting. Because you practice and you have questions. But you raise from the book. that's some other idea, some other people. I tell you one thing. If you want to learn from the book, and you never end, you will learn until you die. You never end. Why? Because the book, there are many people, they will write, and they will produce more and more. Never end. You see that? But if you learn yourself, that's end in you. And all books outside will come to you. You can interpret in the right way. You see that? So, don't read the book too much. You read yourself. Why Zen Buddhism, they stop reading the book. They read the mind. You know that. Read the mind directly. And you read nature. Why you have to read from the book? That I told you, in the book, it write what? Only the symbol. You use what? The ink put on the paper. You know that? You use like it. T, R, double E. What's that? Tree. You put A in front. A tree. Okay? A tree. That's a tree? No. That's the ink in the paper. Not a tree. Where is the tree? Pasha, where is the tree?
In mind.
In the mind, but outside you see that. You observe that the tree, why you have to see the tree in the book? Like the mind that I talk to you. The words that I talk to you, not the mind. Where is the mind? In you. You have to see the real mind in you. Can you get that? It's not the real mind, only the word. But I don't know how to do. So I try to use the word to communicate with you. Then you have to see your own mind. Nobody can see your own mind. You yourself have to see. And you yourself, who will get over the problem, or you will create more problem. I only your good friend. I cannot do anything for you. Only good friend, good environment. I love you. You see that? And if I have any experience, I will share with you. That's only that. My good friend. You understand what I mean? So, I would like to review. You know that? That you are sometimes, if you cannot control, you have to use the negative way to do very hard to overcome your mind. Like the monk, and finally the monk can warn himself. So, we have a chance to read his story. If he get out to get married, he will not record, and we will have not a chance to read. You see that? So the record that come from the people who won themselves or can get the victory from themselves. The loser will not write what? The history that you will not have a chance to read. Normally, the history that you read come from the winner. The loser will not write. You know that? Because when you are the winner, so you write the story. For the other people can study. But if you are the loser, you will not write. So the loser will, the winner. The winner will talk about the loser. But the loser will not talk about the winner. Okay? So I would like to review 5 techniques. Where are you now? You don't be hurried to know more about the theories. You have to practice until you can work out on that. Number 1, you have to catch the breathing by following or hunting. That's the first technique. You try many ways. Like you breathing long, slow, and if you can control, you breathing faster. As you call your mindfulness back. Don't go anywhere. Because if you breathing long and slow, and then your mind will think some other thing. So you make it faster. You see? Pardon?
Deeper breathing?
Yeah.
Rather than breathing?
Or you breathe deeper and you count. You go deeper, and then your mind will come back. That I said at the first day. When you breathing in, and then you don't stop there. You taking more, and you count 1, 2, 3. At that time, you don't have much energy, and then your mindfulness will come back. You observe and you practice. You will see. It is like to practice. Basic but very important. If you cannot catch this, the other step you just know only the theories. You cannot go. You know that? You just know the story, how to ride bicycle, but you cannot ride bicycle. Finally, you will tell your mother, Mom, no hands. And the last sentence, Mom, no teeth. You know that? Bruno? You cannot ride it. So you have to start at the basic. And all 60 steps of Anapanasati, it starts from the first step. If you don't have first step, the other step you cannot go. So you have to catch your mind, and then the thing will come. The other step not very hard. The first step very hard because you don't know how to control, how to catch it. So many people, they have to stay here for many weeks. Some people they stay many years at the first step.
How will I know when I have reached the first step?
That means you can control all the time. Your mind will not go when you say okay, breathing in, breathing out. You just only one mind. You will not think about some other story. That means you can control it. You see that? And then the next step will come. From that, you shift to one point, watching. When you watch at one point, and then your mind will unify, your mind will condense, your mind will stay in one point. We call one-pointed mind. That your mind will have more power. You see that? And then the happiness will come on that point. But if you don't have the first step, the second step, you cannot have it. Like you, climbing up to the mountain, or you climbing up to the tree, you use the ladder. So you have to climb up from the first step, second step, third step. You cannot jump. Accept. You can do really fluency. You can do really very skillful. So you can jump to the last step. That means you can fly. No need to go step by step. You see? That you can fly. No need to go to the first step, to fly to the last step. That means you bring the last step, the The 16th one, you just what? Watching the impermanent things. Watch the impermanent. What the thing in nature that's changing. That's the last step. You see the changing. You see all change. You see all illusion, not real. When you see that, your mind free. Free from attachment, free from what? Clinging, free from holding, free from grasping. You are free because you see all illusion all the time. When I talk to you, you can see from my words. You follow my words. You see all things change all the time. You see that? But when I stop talking, where are you? Yeah, you will go back to the old habits. You will attach things. You will think that self, not real self, but you still think that self, and you still have attached. You still cling with all things. You still stay with what? With I. You stay with ego. You go back to that. But when I talk, you forget it. You're just going to follow my talk, but only short time. So when you see this, you have to do what? Continuously. You're watching. Even when you walk, you see that's what? Changing, impermanent, not real self. Because go and go. You do continuously, and then your mind will see very clear, and your mind will be there. That means you build new habit. The habit of what? Right wisdom. Right wisdom from where? From your wisdom eyes, not from your flesh eyes. Why? I talk many times. Don't believe your flesh eyes. Do you remember? Pasha? We have problem because we believe our flesh eye. Our flesh eye will come back to attach self. You will attach your body. You see that? If you attach your body, when your body change, you will suffer. When you got sick, not your body sick only, your mind sick also. I ask you, when you cut your finger, your body hurt or your mind hurt? You cut your finger. Your ego hurt or your body hurt? Get hurt? Body? Or both? If both, that means you cannot separate. That means you still think that you have ego. You think that your body is belong to you. It belong to you. Why you get old? Why you have to die? Because normally living beings, they don't want to die, right? You don't want to get pain. You don't want to get old, but you cannot control. That means you living with ignorance, don't living with right wisdom. Can you understand what I mean? You see that? This, the highest wisdom of human that I have ever seen. And I think many million of years, the human cannot go further than this. Just to the final knowledge, you see, all things, only natural phenomena, no more egoism. You see that all things change, impermanent, and not real self. That's thing I will say again, illusion. When you see from your wisdom eyes, not from your flesh eye. But if you see from your flesh eye, you will see self. You will think that real self, but not real self. If real self not change, if real self I cannot talk, if real self you cannot listen to me, you see, because of changing all the time. You see that? The highest knowledge of human, more than 2,000 years that we learn from this knowledge. That man great sacrifice. He sacrificed not for us. At the beginning he sacrificed for whom? For whom? Sacrifice for himself and his relatives, because he don't want to die. You see that? So he get out from the palace. He leave his family. He leave his what? The emperor throne. You know emperor? The emperor throne. And he leave the convenience thing in the palace. You know that? Very convenient. When you study about his life. He has 3 palaces. The summer palace, the winter palace, and the rainy palace. You see that? 3 palaces. He left that to come out as what? As a beggar. You know? When I saw the film about the Buddha, that what the millionaire in India they have made, they spend a lot of money to make that film. Have you seen that? Or you have to find a chance to see. And very good teaching, very good word, you know. That's I will show the example like in India, they really think about the caste, you know the caste? Caste, that's about what? King, what? Brahmin, and then what? The commercial one, and the labor one, that's 4 castes. And the 5th one, that means if you get married between the castes, this 5th one will come. That we call Jantan. Jantan just means very bad one. You cannot go with the other caste at all. You know that. If you go to the school, you cannot go to the class. You have to stay outside of the class. Listen to the teacher. Oh, that's very serious. And in India, I can't remember, MAE-TI-KO or something like that. That he come from Jantan, and he is the one who hold the PhD in law from England. And he write the law for India. And they stop about the caste, but stop where? In the law only, but in the practice they will not stop. You know that even now, like in America, you say about black and white, we are the same. But Marx, don't you think that they feel the same? Not the same. But only in the law, in the paper. I can see many blacks in Washington DC. You know that? In Washington DC. They walk along the street, many blacks. And how do you feel when you look at the black? You see that? But in the law, equal. We are equal. See that? But when you look back, the American used to buy the black from Africa. You know that? And they put the black in the cage like an animal. Do you know that? In what? Mediterranean Sea, at the bank, they build what? The prison for the black to keep in there. And then they carry the black like you carry the pig. You carry what? Any kind of animal to America. For what? To use their labor to work in your farm. You see that? You know the history of that. And then you have the civil war among the North and the South. And then that's President Lincoln come to that point. Right? And he want to give up about what? The slavery to buy the man. Do you know that story? And finally Lincoln was shot. He died. He was killed. You know, because that's to make what? The benefit that the people from the South they can get from the black. Oh, this is so long story. I don't want to talk about that. I think you heard about it. I am a history man, so I learned about it. I know. Okay? So, that's in the paper. So, put in the practice, put in the real life on things, and you do it continuously. Control it. So today is the time for you to practice freely. From now, you can go. You do for yourself. Don't do for anyone. You have to control yourself. You have to work hard. That I said the first day. Do you remember? That Lord Buddha talked to the human, talked to the monks. That he said. Remember what? Behold, behold, O monks, this is my last advice to you. What? All component things are changeable. It's changeable. You see, that's very important word. You see all component things changeable. Don't attach. Don't cling. You do your duty in front of you with your right wisdom, by your relative truth. Who are you now? You are the listener. You are listening. You are the listener. You have to do your duty the best. When your son calls, who are you? You are father. You are mother. You have to do your duty at the time the best, and then you shift to the other duty again. All day you do your duty in front of you. You know that, Bruno? Yeah.
Can I repeat what I understand to the first step?
Yeah.
So I breathe slow and long, and then after some time I recognize I always my thoughts come back. Then I try to breathe faster, and after that I try again to breathe slow and long.
Yeah, that's good. You try your way, you see. Slow, fast, and then you adjust until you feel comfortable and your mind stay with you. Because slow and fast, that's not suitable for your living. Your living is, you feel comfortable. That's the way. So that you adjust for control your mind only. You know that. So you have to adjust, finally adjust until you feel comfortable and you stay with that. If your mind stay with you at that time. If your mind don't stay with you, you try the way again. Yes?
And by walking meditation, so you said to keep the hands quiet or like this. So when I do walking meditation and thoughts are coming, if I move my hands, which with every step, it's for me very easy to keep my mind.
You do it.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't believe me, but you have to find your own way. Okay? You see that? Because the real goal what? To control the mind. Yes?
For 3 days you told about the technique, objects will come in mind, and we have to learn to change this object. Can you talk here a little bit more?
About raising image.
Yeah.
You reach there now?
I also yesterday.
If you reach there, then very easy to talk. But if you don't reach there, I just only say in the words only. You cannot see the truth from there. But when you reach there, you will see that the object rising is rising by nature, not from your thinking. Yeah, by nature. So that image will come in many ways, many shapes, and each person that's different, not the same. But so many images, and then you can play with it. That means you want to put the power on it. And if you can play with that images, that means you can control your mind in some level. Yes?
Yes, but what do you mean with play or manipulate it or play with it?
Play, that means you change. You want to change what? To change the color, you see? Or you change the shape. You want to what? make it bigger. You say, oh, getting bigger. That means you can control. You order to make it bigger.
Awesome.
Like you use the pen that you can draw any picture that you want to draw. That means you can control it. And then after that, I think you think that's enough, and then you choose only one. Many people, they play with that many months because it's really joyful also when you play with that image. You know that? Some people, they stay maybe 1 year to stay with that image, to play with it. You know, and you will not go very further. So don't play with it too long.
Color? A color is the image?
No, color and shape, so many things that depend on you that you want to play. Yes?
What is it if there's only a white light, like moving around?
White?
Yes, white light, and but no color.
Oh, it's okay.
Some forms.
If you have white light and then you want to play with the white light, and if you can order, you want to create some color, up to you. If you don't want to create the color, but you can play with it, how to play.
I can play a bit with it, but
maybe about the shape, about how you can expand. It's bigger, and then you make it smaller, moving. Yeah.
But not making pumps.
It's okay. You see, that's each person that's different. That I show the example only. So different. No need to be the same. Because each person that's come from different ways of practice. Okay? Yes?
How can you manage when you are afraid by image, by picture?
By what?
Sometimes you can see a picture and it makes you afraid. Yeah.
But
You're afraid.
oh no.
Yes.
No, if you are afraid, that means you don't have mindfulness. You know,
Right.
you know the real goal is mindfulness. If you have mindfulness, when you see things, you have mindfulness, you watch it. Because that thing change. And if you can control, that means that's better. If you don't control, that thing change by nature. Will change. So you watch it and you know it, what you are doing. You are watching, you are playing with it. You see? That's awareness or mindfulness important, you don't forget that. So if you work your meditation with mindfulness, you will not have any problem about what? The fearness may not come to you. If the fearness come, what happened? You watch it. No, you watch the fearness. The fearness just happen only temporary, and it will go. You see that? The fearness will not stay for you or forever. Just only temporary. You watch it. If you know it, and then that fearness will go. You have to see where is the fearness. Lord Buddha, he stayed in the jungle alone. He said, I am afraid. And then he don't know why he have to be afraid. He came out of the cottage and then he sit alone in front of the cottage and he tried to watch where is the fearness from early night until the dawn. And then he found out where is the fearness. Where? Outside or inside? You see that? He found it by himself. That's the way. When you have that, you have to find where is that, and then you will know. I tell you, but that's not the truth. The truth you have to see by yourself. Okay? The time is over now, and tomorrow is the last day that I will talk to you about the meditation. And now you have to practice. From now you have to do your walking meditation. Again, I will warn you, you don't do many things in one time. You do one thing in one time. When you walk, concentrate on walking. You just put all your heart on walking. You notice each step you have to have awareness, you have mindfulness with that. You see that? You don't, some question that come to me, you ask me, oh, how I can do with breathing and walking together? You cannot do that. Maybe you can do that, but not now. That means your mind working very fast. Your mind working one thing in one time, but you can make it faster. You know that? When you ride a car, you ride a car and you listen to the music. During you ride the car, you listen to the music in your car. You see? But when you have car accident, you cannot hear the music at all. You just concentrate on that. That means your mind is going there and up, back and forth. But the frequency is very, very, very high. But when you have car accident, you will concentrate on this. You know that. So, one thing in one time, that's the truth of mind. You don't go to the wrong way. Okay? Thank you. I love all of you. You love yourself and make yourself better. And if you work very hard, and then you will get the turning point. Do you know turning point? Turn. Yeah. Turning point, that means you change your life. You will get out of this center as a new life, not old Bruno. New Pasha, you see? New Francis, new Nino, right? Nino. Diko. You see, there's a new one. We are all new. Okay? Thank you. Work hard to gain your own salvation. Work hard to gain your own salvation. See you in the afternoon. Yes, I still have so many things to talk to you about the truth of life and truth of nature. Okay? I love you. See you there. Anjali Bandhana Abhivat.